It's been a while since I've made a video, hasn't it? Um, I'm currently working on a two-parter because of my Wi-Fi. I can't make it one part. Um, and that's gonna be out in a bit, but, for now I'm just gonna let out a little yap video because I need to get some of my thoughts out on three pieces of horror that I was really into, that either got yelled at or ignored basically and like there one of them I never really got into even when it came out and stuff, but it still like makes me sad to see that happen to a game developer, so I'm just going to yap for a bit. Quick mic apology. I don't have my computer right now. It broke, so I don't have my expensive microphone. My bad, y'all. The three pieces of media I wanted to talk about today are Baldi's Basics, The Man in the Suit, and Shipwrecked, because they are all pieces of horror media that I have heavily enjoyed, whether it be through the fandom or through actually enjoying the media myself, like playing the game or watching the analog horror. I have I will always enjoy horror. I'm a little horror junkie. It's almost a worse addiction for me than sparkling water, which is saying a lot because I have two 12 packs of sparkling water right next to me right now. Alright, besides the point of my addiction to sparkling water, the first one I'm going to talk about is the man in the suit. I'm not aware of the full controversy as to why that person who made that got bullied off the internet, but I am aware that every time I've watched a video on it, everyone seems to think that it is dumb, that it is not a valid reason to have pushed them off the internet, and that their media was incredibly good. I do think that originally it did just seem like a basic copy and paste analog horror, and that the actual editing of the videos was not the greatest. But then I also have to keep in mind I'm not doing shit for editing right now. I'm just throwing my speed paint under my yapping. So I can't say anything on that. But to be fair, they were incredibly improving. And it was starting to become so amazing towards the end, and the storyline throughout the whole thing, to me at least, was really cool, and I really liked it. That I'm just sad that it's not on the internet anymore. I don't have a whole bunch to say about this specific one, as per why I am probably not going to put it in the thumbnail, but I did want to talk about it really quickly before I went on to the actual title of the video, most likely games we moved on from too fast type thing. Because I genuinely thought that this was a really cool piece of horror media, and I wanted to talk about it because it saddens me. Anyways, moving on to Baldi's Basics. I have never played Baldi's Basics. I have never really gotten that much into the fandom itself, but I do remember how much it was around the Five Nights at Freddy's and Undertale fandom at the time. I do remember the Living Tombstone song that came out about it. Wait, hold on, let me see if I can sing a part of it. I almost started singing the FNAF 2 song. It's been so long since I've seen my son lost to this monster. Every day I go to a school that likes to help with learning 1, 2, 3s. They're the keys. Basic math, very easy. To Baldi's world of fun where no one leaves still educated. Every door is locked up tight. Stay inside till we're graded. Aside from my horrible quality singing, I do genuinely really remember this game in the fandoms I was in when I was a kid, and I do always like to go back and like listen to that song because like the Living Tombstone doesn't make anything other than bangers. Like that band is amazing. Sorry for my chair squeak. I didn't mean for that. I moved my hand forward as I was talking, and whoops. But my point being, I saw a video the other day that was basically like, this game is still being actively updated, and no one is paying attention to it anymore because it was only popular when it first came out as basically a demo. And I just think it's really impressive what the creator's doing, where they're still keeping that, like, low quality feel almost, but it's not really low quality, they're just an indie creator and they liked the style that they started with and they're sticking with it. I love the 2D things in a 3D world. It's all really impressive. And especially like coding. Coding will always be impressive to me as someone who has made a really shitty video game. And is working on another video game, which you can see on my channel, but I lost all of that progress because my computer is being worked on. So, I like to make sure that, like, people are aware of these things. Like, if you see this video and you didn't see the other video I saw talking about the newer updates with Baldi's Basics, you should go see that video, and then you should go see if you can support the creator in any way, because it's just been completely forgotten about, and it is still in active development. Like, the actual official game is still in active development, and I think it's really cool, and I think you should go check it out. Moving on to the next game, Shipwrecked. I love Shipwrecked. I have Shipwrecked, I've played Shipwrecked. I have not gotten very far in Shipwrecked because I'm not that smart, and I don't want to look up a tutorial on how to do it because I want to believe I'm smart. So, I love Shipwrecked so much, and so many people misinterpret it, including game theory. Something I've noticed a lot with game theory, and this is not a new trend. This is even back when MatPat was the owner and sole guy in charge of everything, watching everything, doing everything, recording in his closet way back with Five Nights at Freddy's. If something is covered by game theory or one of the theory channels, it is more likely to be forgotten about quicker than it was before they covered it. And that, I don't know what the phenomenon is, what it's called, or why it's happening, but I'm not mad at the game theory team for that. That is not their fault. That's how the internet is reacting to it, right? I'm starting to sound irritated. Whoopsies. But, I do genuinely believe that, like, it is making it so people are going through this kind of thing, like, quicker. Like, they're not... People, it's always been something that's happening, especially with TikTok, where people go through trends and media way quicker. We need more and more and more, and I just kind of hate that about all media in general, because I'm never able to keep up, and it genuinely, like, fucks me over, because I want to participate in so many trends, because I'm like, yes, this audio fits my OCs perfectly or something, and then it just is gone by the time I start. And I'm sure that this is something a lot of other artists relate to, which is why, you know, the way game theory portrayed Bucky the Beaver, and the way game theory accidentally makes things go by quicker, and all that, and it just makes me sad. You know, it's not game theory's fault, it's not most viewers' fault that they just get uninterested in things. I just wish that there were people around me that I could still talk to and it was easy to find, and that things like this, when they're not trendy anymore, aren't automatically cringe or old, or you shouldn't talk about this anymore. That's really it. Yeah, video over. Bye, y'all. Enjoy my art, I guess, or my yapping, I don't know.